MycoRelic is the best pre-alpha game demo on the Steam Dinos vs. Robots Fest. It's a calm and patient third-person action game with animation timing combat that's become the modern standard for 3PS Melee games. Okay, I could keep going on and on about the genre and comparisons, but that's dumb. This is a game about tribes of mushroom bionicles fighting for dominance on an island filled with secrets, and it's got me gripped by the jimmies! Sandy Dingo Games is an Atlanta-based indie startup. See, they were kind enough to hop into our Discord once the demo went live, and it was an absolute joy meeting them over voice chat. These guys are goofy and fun while being equally professional with receiving feedback on their first indie game. They've been developing MycoRelic part-time for 2 years, which is a staggeringly short calendar for the amount of work presented in the demo. I work in a different sector of the games industry, so trust me when I say I am exceptionally proud of them and very impressed with what they're presenting to the world. I played MycoRelic for 2 hours solo and 1 hour multiplayer, and I still want to keep exploring even as I write this script. The island is large enough to see the entirety from the center tower, which acts as a main hub of sorts. The incredible view up top draws your eyes to many different points of interest, a technique commonly discussed with the new Zelda games. The top of the tower is a special place. You can spend magic to warp there anytime. Everybody knows where it is if you need to meet up, and it's completely safe. Touching the white mushrooms up top gives your robot a floating magic that provides a head start on the trip to your destination. See, in MycoRelic, you play as a mushroom robot, and the primary skilling up mechanic is swapping out your physical body parts for better ones, being it finding them in the world or salvaging from enemies. For example, I found this badass horned hood that gave me more stamina, while no one else in our Discord ever came across one. Even in the pre-alpha, Sandy Dingo has created player expression that's shaping up really nicely. I never stopped wanting to find new clothes, new body parts, and new weapons. After an hour of play, your robot's gonna look far different from your friends' robots. Speaking of friends, let's not gloss over this, okay? They have functional multiplayer in a pre-alpha demo. I'm having trouble finding the words to explain what an achievement that is for a part-time indie studio. In days where even AAA games can't get their peer-to-peer stuff right, MycoRelic has seamless Steam integration that invites friends to join your world. They've spat in the face of FromSoft with their refusal to let people adventure together, and MycoRelic is better for it. So what do you do in multiplayer? What changes? Does it spawn more enemies, limit zones, restrict you to boss battle? No, it just adds another player to your world. That's it. They keep their gear, you keep yours. You can play all of MycoRelic with as many friends as you want. There's even an opt-in PvP button in the menu.
Ooh, crit. I crit.
MycoRelic has some serious gonads. I think the graphics speak for themselves. They've completely nailed the art direction that they're going for. Special praise goes to the dynamic day-night lighting that shines through the trees and past my hat. The colors of the world blend and mix like food dyes dropped in water. The composer of the music told me that he refuses to use Western instruments for the soundtrack, which adds far more immersion to this forlorn and forgotten place. This island of broken pieces, functional machinery, and plenty of mushrooms. See, the island is an open world of sorts. In the scheme of open world games we know, this one's actually quite small. And with the size comes density. The top of the tower shows a few different landmarks to travel to, but there's actually stuff to do on the way. Travel time is not wasted. I got distracted with combat encounters, activating regeneration shrines, and opening a bridge that became a valuable shortcut later on. I even found a dungeon, completely under the earth, that had some button switch puzzles and platforming challenges. At the beginning of the game, I was very lost, just kind of absent-mindedly wandering, even getting a little frustrated at all the dead ends. But after an hour or so, it did kind of click. The world is separated into levels with different aesthetics, and you're not meant to have the whole place memorized. Now, that said, the level design desperately needs an invisible hand to guide us. I don't always know where I should be going or where the path to take is, even if I know where I'm trying to get to. The only thing that leads me is where bad guys are standing around, and that's not enough. Oftentimes, MycoRelic feels blind, random in some cases. Some level design tweaks like paths, lights, and other eye catchers, right, can easily fix this problem. This is just polished stuff that, in all honesty, probably isn't on their minds right now, especially after receiving all the feedback they've gotten from the fest. I'm now going to talk about combat for a disproportional chunk of the script. Combat in MycoRelic is in its infancy, certainly. It's fun. No need to worry there. It's fun combat. Animations feel good enough, and I'm enjoying the poise system when you have a shield equipped. Everything works as you expect it to. See, there's an expression that says, when you do your job right, nobody will notice. And I think that applies here. Yeah, as I said, it's fun, but I can't find anything to scream at the clouds about. The spear pokes, the club swings, the bow shoots, the staff casts a spell. You can parry with two-handed weapons, you can get some iframe on a dodge. Do you see what I mean? Chances are you've played this combat before. They've done it. They've achieved good third-person combat. That said, this is a game about magic mushroom robots, man! My advice to Sandy Dingo, not only as a Dark Souls fan, but as a fellow indie developer, let's dig deeper. I want throwable toxic spore clouds, summon tiny robots to fight for you, laser beams with my eyes, jumping giant slam attacks, electrical discharges. Like, the sky's the limit for mushroom robot-based combat. Look, even ChatGPT is buzzing with excitement for potential like this. Shoot, man, make all the enemies do this crap too! I'm bored of Souls-like enemies just waiting for their turn to attack, brain-dead AI not reacting to an arrow hitting their face, and guards patiently waiting for their turn to attack. I want to see a wizard robot and think to myself, damn, I can't just run my way in there. I gotta do something about that wizard robot. Right now, I'm slamming my face into all the bad guys and it's working fine. See, choices create depth. And MycoRelic's combat is in pretty dire need of some more choices. Now, from what it seems, the combat will be the mechanic we interact most with outside of walking. If players are spending their time fighting, it needs to have the most love and the most care put into it. These guys at Sandy Dingo have fully baked a cake for their pre-alpha demo, and they should be praised for it. This is great. Now, it's time to frost it. Overall, genuinely cannot wait for more MycoRelic. It's a dope-ass game with some insane visuals. I'm glad I tried it out. I'm glad I got to meet the guys. They've nailed their art direction, world design, character controls, and music. It's fun. It's a fun game, but is in desperate need of some more depth in the primary mechanics, travel, and combat. Once those get in, man, the potential for this game is really sky high. Please, go boot up Steam, find MycoRelic on the store, and wishlist it. The demo is free and live during the Dinos vs. Robots Fest, so if you're catching this early, you don't want to miss it. It is worth an hour or two of play, I promise. Sandy Dingo's Discord and YouTube channel are linked in the doobly-doo. If anything in this review has caught your eye, please go add a number to their ranks. You don't even have to play it, just wishlist it, check out their YouTube, watch some of their shorts, you know what I'm saying? These guys have huge balls taking on a game of this size, and they deserve all the attention we can give them. Mushroom Bionicles!